Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome or welcome back. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Sarah Jane and I film YouTube videos on personal finance, grad school at Georgetown, and wedding planning. So if that sort of content interests you, then be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because it really helps support my channel. So if you guys watched my last video, which was Friends for Tuesday, you will know why my voice is pretty much gone at the moment. Essentially, I tested positive for COVID and I have that symptom where like you have a really scratchy throat and it's really made my voice go away and it's really sad. So we are still recovering. I'm in day 4 of the healing quarantining process, so keep me in your thoughts. But I really wanted to film this video today because I actually wanted to film this video like last week, and I explained in my last video, but essentially I got hit with like 8 really intense days at work, coupled with then at the end of that getting hit with a positive COVID test. So I haven't had a chance to film my April goals. So I've never done an April's goals video or just like a monthly goals video on this channel, but I really love the idea. I see a lot of YouTubers here like Carter Sullivan doing it, and I wanted to incorporate it into my channel because it's something that I definitely do. I definitely have short and long-term goals. I don't know if I go so far as to say that I write them out, but I think it's a really great idea to hold yourself accountable in that aspect and think about what you want in terms of long or short-term goals. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm a little late filming this for April, but I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I actually thought about these goals at the beginning of April, so these are goals that I've already been working toward since April has started, and I'm just now sharing them. So if that makes sense, like I've been working on these goals. So I have 4 categories. I have health and wellness, personal and professional, financial goals, and then wedding planning. So let's start with health and wellness. I want to work out 3 days a week, and I also want to lose 1 pound a week. So with that being said, I think one contributes to the other, but also I'm not really starting this until like next week because of COVID. I haven't really had like a lot of energy to work out. I would take Cider on a walk sometimes and like that takes it out of me. So it's not something I'm really incorporating yet, but it is on my to-do list to do. And then I have a smart scale that like helps track my weight, so it makes it really easy to like track if I've lost or gained any weight. But I'm gonna start that next week, but it is a goal for April. Going into personal and professional, the first one is something that I have done consistently since the beginning of April and I'm really excited about it. It is read 10 pages a day. I have really struggled with incorporating leisure reading back into my life because I am in grad school, and so a lot of the reading that I do is for academic purposes, and it does suck a little bit of the joy out of it. So I picked up a book that everyone's been recommending. So this is the current book I'm reading. It is called The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I have been really enjoying it. I have received a lot of recommendations for this book, and so far I'm on page 150. So I've read a pretty good dent. I've been really enjoying it, and the goal has been 10 pages every day, whether that's like during the middle of the day, but usually it's like before I go to bed, I'll read it. And I don't know, it's just, it brings like a sense of calm back into my life that I've really missed because I used to be such an avid reader and I just haven't been like that in a long time. And the second one is to upload 2 videos a week. Now obviously with COVID and work, that did not happen the first 2 weeks. So we are now, or I guess last week. So I want to get back on track. I usually film 2 to 3 videos a week, but with everything going on, that has not happened. So I want to get back to that consistency. Next, moving into financial goals, I need to reconfigure my wedding cash flow. So essentially, like, we are going to host our engagement party, and the venue that we're going with wanted us to do a wire transfer. They did not take like credit card or anything like that, and I know that sounds super sketch and I was super sketched out, but it is like a really reputable location. But because of that, that means you have to have cash on hand, and so essentially to have that venue, we had to deplete our like liquid assets a little bit, which I wasn't super happy about. it's like one thing to, I mean, you guys, if you watch my Transfer Tuesday, you know that we put aside a lot of money for the wedding fund, but that immediately goes to a vendor, so we didn't take into account that the wedding or this engagement party venue was going to need cash on hand. So we are going to do that final wire transfer. There's 2, so we already did the first one. We're going to do the final one probably tomorrow, and once we do that, we ended up having to deplete some of our sinking funds, like our vacation sinking fund, my emergency fund, to make sure that we had everything. So when I say reconfigure, I mean like we need to replenish those sinking funds or that emergency fund. It doesn't sit right with me to take money from some of these other funds. So that is when I say reconfigure the wedding cash flow. I definitely think in the month of April we can do that, and I have a plan to do that, but until it happens, which it hasn't happened yet, so until it happens, I don't feel good about it, if that makes sense. Which leads into the second one, which is the replenish the emergency fund. All right, I know that's like why you have money for an emergency fund, is so if you need, you know, that, but like, I don't know, I don't really classify it as an emergency, but otherwise like we weren't going to be able to sign. So I mean, it was what it was. It makes me really mad, and I know I'm going on a tangent now. It makes me really mad because like this venue wasn't upfront in terms of like how they accept payment, which most people accept payments multiple ways because like this is the 21st century, but this place didn't. And so we saved like over $4,000 in the month of March. So like we could have used some of that money towards this venue if we had known that, but we didn't. And so we put that $4,000 towards like something else, and it made me mad. Anyways, I'm gonna go off my soapbox. So, which now leads into our last category, which is wedding planning. This category is definitely bigger because there's just a lot to do with wedding planning. First is finalizing the videographer. There is one videographer that I am thinking about partnering with for our wedding. So I mentioned this in my last Transfer Tuesday, but I mean, I don't talk too much about my work on here, but I am like a creative director. I deal a lot with photographers and videographers, and like that's just what I do. And like I'm like part of a QA/QC process that makes sure that there's quality products going out, and I've been doing this for 7 years now. So when it comes to my own wedding, I have like such high expectations of what I want from like both a photographer and a videographer, and that sort of quality comes at a price. And I've tried, guys, I've tried to like lower my standards, as horrible as that sounds, but I don't know, I just like look back on it, and like you have 2 takeaways from your wedding besides, you know, your spouse, but like in terms of like products, you have your photos and your videos. And I tried. I'm trying. So there is one videographer that I really like their work. I think it's very cinematic, very beautiful, very wonderful, and I think would capture our day. And this is the other side of the coin, they're open to like me providing input, because some videographers feel very strongly about their artistic creation, which I understand and respect, but at the same time, like I'm a paying client, so it's a little bit different. But anyways, like this company is like open to, or this group I should say, is open to my input, given like who I am, right? As I've mentioned. So I emailed them yesterday, so I will probably hear from them tomorrow. But yeah, finalizing the videographer. Next is researching entertainment. We do probably need to like get on, like if we're gonna get a band or like a DJ or whatever that is, like figure that out. Either way, it is another expensive expense, so that is next on the list. And like entertainment is important because like that's kind of what keeps the party going in terms of your wedding. Like, yeah, it's what gets the crowd up and moving. So I had told Trey had wanted like a part in the wedding, and so I told him to research this because music was his big thing, and it hasn't really went anywhere, so I need to add that to my list. Send out, oh, this says wedding invites, so this should be engagement party invites, which I actually already did, but it was at the beginning of it was like before I filmed this video, but it was for like my April to do things. Next is figure out engagement party rentals. I have a call next week for that, and this goes back to like one of the issues that I have with the wedding industry in general, is that there isn't a lot of transparency. So like I have already been charged a certain cost for like rentals, but yet the brochure that I was sent doesn't distinguish if this was included in my cost or if this is a premium expense. And like, it's an engagement party, it's not the actual wedding, so I'm not trying to like get the finest china or anything like that. So we have a call to go through that, but it is one thing about the wedding industry that I am not pleased with, is the lack of transparency. Next is to confirm the engagement party head count. I put in our invites, which have already been sent out, that I needed confirmation by the 25th. I think that was a little bit too flexible. I think I'm gonna have to know before that because the venue deposit is due tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Next is figure out engagement party decor. I don't really think I'm gonna have too much decor because we have like a very garden vibe going on, but I think some flowers on the table would be really nice. I fought with myself to just like do it myself, but I'm just like not good at that. Like, I'm not good at putting together flowers. I'm not good at putting together like that sort of stuff. And so I might have to just like hire someone to have just like a couple little things on the table just to make it look good. It's not me, guys. I'm not a tablescaper. I really wish I was, but I'm not. And they always say that like you're either gonna pay in two ways. You will either pay someone to do it for you or you will pay with your time. And like, I don't have a lot of time right now in my life, so anyways, I'll figure that out. And the last thing is figure out engagement party games. I think like getting together over food and drinks is like a wonderful thing for engagement party, but I would like to incorporate like some type of game. I think corn toss would be really nice to have in the back somewhere, but then also incorporating some sort of like more classic engagement game, like who do you know better, like one of those things. I don't know. If you have any recommendations for engagement party games, please leave them in the comments below because I have literally no idea besides corn toss. So anyways, those are my April goals. There's a lot of them. I feel very confident that I can knock out at least 50% of them. We'll see about the other 50%. But I'm really excited to like do this. Like, I haven't done this sort of video on this channel before, and to keep myself accountable. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what your April goals are. I'd love to know. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys later.